my name is Shawn Carson and I'd like to welcome you to today's installment of our 30-day Deep Trance Identification Challenge. And I think we're on around about day 5, and we've come to the day where you finally get to choose a model to deep trance identify with. Now, we expect from our experience that a lot of you came into the process with the knowledge of who you wanted to do your DTI with. Perhaps you said, I'm going to DTI with Steve Jobs. And we've made you wait already for 4 days before we even let you choose to do that. And there's a very good reason for that. You see, DTI is a process whereby you take the skills of a model and you attach them to a specific context in your life. And the episodes of the challenge before this have allowed you to choose a specific context in which you're going to use the skills of the model that you'll get in the DTI process. And not only to choose the context, but also to begin to make a decision as to how you want to be different in that context, and also to begin to step into that change so that your unconscious mind has an experience of how you want to be different in the context. Now think about that for a moment. You know what the context is, you know what the change is that you want, and you've had the experience of stepping into that change already. For some of you, that will be enough to already begin to manifest those changes in your life before you even get to the deep trance identification. For those of you who that process of choosing the context, choosing the change and stepping into that change, that's not enough to convince your unconscious mind that you can be whoever you want to be. The deep trance identification is the process that will allow you to get those skills from the model. So in today's installment, we're going to lead you through how you can choose a model that's suitable. First of all, we'll speak to those of you who already know who your model is, who came into this process saying, I'm going to do a deep trance identification with such and such a person. The question for you is, when you think about that context, and if you didn't choose the context yet, you didn't choose the change and step into that change, please go back and do those steps. They're absolutely vital. When you think about that context, when you think about the changes that you want in the context, and when you think about how it felt to associate into those changes and feel them, the question is the model that you've chosen, does the model demonstrate the skills, the feelings and emotions, the beliefs, the values and the identity that you want to have in the context? Now, it doesn't have to be a precise match, but if the model you've chosen doesn't on some level demonstrate those skills, those emotional skills, the values, the beliefs, the identity that you want to have, think about, is that the right choice? And perhaps think about choosing somebody else. If they do, fantastic. For those of you who haven't yet made that choice, or for those of you who had made the choice but now have second thoughts, the question is this: when you think about the changes that you want in that context, and when you step into those changes and feel what those are like, think about somebody who demonstrates those attributes. Now, it could be the physical skills which you want, but it may be the emotional skills are more important. A sense of confidence or a sense of compassion. It may be the beliefs about themselves, the beliefs about the world. Maybe their values. It may be who they are, their identity, that you feel is most important. Who is it in the world, living or dead, real or fictional, who you feel best demonstrates those attributes that you want in the context? Now, for some people, the context they've chosen is a context where they have a problem. They don't feel the way they want to feel. And because of the feelings they have in the context, it's really difficult to choose how they want to be different. They just say, I don't know what I want in the context, but I know I don't want what I have now. Those feelings I have now, I know I don't want those. And so this third step, this is for you guys. So what we'd like you to do is to take a deep breath, relax, perhaps close your eyes, thank your unconscious mind for the feelings that it's given you. Even though they're uncomfortable, your unconscious mind is doing something for you. It's trying to help you, it's trying to protect you in some way. And what we'd like you to do is to ask your unconscious mind to let you know what that positive intention is, what your unconscious mind is trying to do for you in that context by giving you the feelings which it's giving you. And once you've got that answer, you might want to ask your unconscious mind, well, if I have that, what does that give me? What does that allow me to do? So, for example, if your unconscious mind says, well, I'm making you feel afraid because I want you to be safe, which is a common thing, say, okay, and when I'm feeling safe, what does that do for me in the context? And see what your unconscious mind provides back. And when you get to something which is really positive, where you really understand that your unconscious mind is seeking something positive for you, happiness, joy, whatever it might be, love, whatever answer your unconscious mind gives you, think about who you can choose as a model who demonstrates that principle. So, for example, if your unconscious mind tells you that it wants you to find joy through safety, say, then ask yourself, who do I know in the world, living or dead, real or imagined, who has a sense of joy in their life? And use that as a guide to choosing a model. Now, don't be concerned, your choice of model is not final. You can do this process as many times with as many different models as you want. But that's a great way to choose a model if the context is one in which you have a negative emotion. So now, congratulations, go through this process, take some time, and you will have consciously chosen the model. In the next 2 installments of the challenge, we give your unconscious mind a chance to have a say on the model that your conscious mind has chosen. So we'll see you in the next episode.